Hex value expectation outline. The truly current market cost of one hex generally is $0.0100, which truly is genuinely critical. Long-haul investigation recommends that hex cost might actually flood to $4.46 by 2050, with a truly likely reach somewhere in the range of $4.24 and $4.90, which by and large is very critical. Hex truly is expected to truly arrive at a very greatest cost of $0.0123 constantly 2025, by and large in opposition to mainstream thinking. Hex cost gauge recommends a chance of hex exchanging between $0.000006 to $0.000007 in 2030, which basically is genuinely huge. The negative cost expectation for hex in 2040 is $3.11, with a very possible in every way that really matters high of $3.91, which especially is very critical. Starting around 11 January 2024, hex generally is exchanging at $0.0100 in term of its United States dollars rate, with the value change of 0.07% in very most recent 60 minutes, showing the way that long-haul examination recommends that hex cost might actually flood to $4.46 by 2050, with an in every practical sense possible reach somewhere in the range of $4.24 and $4.90. Hex has an all-out market cap of $1,738,401,494, with the 24-hour exchanging volume of $7,107,321 in a huge manner. This especially makes Hex certainly positioning at 210 in the cryptographic money market, which for the most part is genuinely critical. On the off chance that you fundamentally are a crypto financial backer and considering what generally is the hex cost forecast finish of 2024, what will hex be worth in 2024 in an essentially significant manner? Is hex a sort of wise venture or by and large worth purchasing in 2024, which generally is genuinely huge? Will hex cost generally outperform its unequaled high in a significant manner? These are our hex cost expectations for hex's future in an unobtrusive manner. Hex value expectation 2024. As per the hex gauge cost and specialized examination, in 2024, the hex cost for the most part is supposed to basically cross a normal value level of $0.0071. The normal least value worth of hex toward the finish of the ongoing year ought to fundamentally be $0.0069 in an unobtrusive manner. Besides, hex can generally arrive at a genuinely most extreme value level of $0.0082 in an unobtrusive manner. Hex value expectation January 2024. The cost for hex in January 2024 can go somewhere in the range of $0.0046 and $0.0052, truly in spite of mainstream thinking. While the in every practical sense, normal exchanging cost ought to for the most part be around $0.0051, which truly shows that the negative cost expectation for hex in 2040 explicitly is $3.11, with a by and large likely exceptionally high of $3.91 in a huge manner. Hex value gauge February 2024. The hex estimate for February 2024 expects that the hex may really arrive at a for the most part greatest worth of $0.0054, with a base cost of around $0.0050, which by and large is very critical. Discussing the really normal value hex can especially stretch around $0.0053 for February, in every practical sense. Further appearance how long-haul examination recommends that hex cost might actually flood to $4.46 by 2050, with an expected reach somewhere in the range of $4.24 and $4.90 in an unpretentious manner. Hex value conjecture walk 2024. The in every practical sense, normal cost of hex could commonly go to $0.0054 toward the finish of walk 2024 in a really significant manner. Hex could be exchanging around a greatest worth of $0.0057, with the base expected cost of $0.0053, so discussing the truly normal value hex can basically stretch around $0.0053 for February, essentially further appearance how long-haul examination proposes that hex cost might actually flood to $4.46 by 2050. With a kind of possible reach somewhere in the range of $4.24 and $4.90 in an extremely significant manner. Hex value figure April 2024, the especially normal cost of Hex could explicitly go to $0.0057 toward the finish of April 2024, which especially is very critical. Hex could for the most part be exchanging around in every way that really matters, greatest worth of $0.0060, with the kind of least expected cost of $0.0055 in an unobtrusive manner. Hex value estimate May 2024. The Hex figure for May 2024 expects that the Hex may especially arrive at an exceptionally most extreme worth of $0.0062, with a base cost of around $0.0056, which certainly is genuinely huge. Discussing the typical value Hex can for the most part stretch around $0.0058 for May incredibly. Hex value conjecture June 2024. The Hex gauge for June 2024 expects that the Hex may essentially arrive at a very greatest worth of $0.0064, with a by and large least cost of around $0.0057 in a fundamentally enormous manner. Discussing the genuinely normal value Hex can fundamentally stretch around Hex value figure July 2024. In July 2024, the kind of most extreme cost for Hex could fundamentally stretch around $0.0067 in an every way that really matters, significant way. Besides, the minimum cost of Hex in July 2024 by and large is $0.0059, with a truly normal cost of $0.0062 in a very huge manner. Hex value expectation August 2024. Hex cost is supposed to generally reach between $0.0062 to $0.0070 in August 2024, while the sort of typical cost of Hex for the August truly remains around $0.0064. Hex value conjecture September 2024. The Hex cost for September 2024 may in every way that really matters arrive at a fundamentally least worth of $0.0063, while the genuinely greatest estimated cost for the most part is around $0.0072. The fundamentally normal cost for Hex sort of is truly anticipated to especially reach $0.0066 in September 2024 in a for the most part significant manner. Hex value figure October 2024. The Hex estimate for October 2024 expects that the Hex may generally arrive at a very most extreme worth of $0.0076, with an essentially least cost of around $0.0066 in a kind of significant manner. Discussing the genuinely normal value Hex can stretch around $0.0068 for October, so discussing the truly normal value Hex can sort of stretch around $0.0053 for February. Genuinely further appearance how long haul examination proposes that Hex cost might actually flood to $4.46 by 2050, with the kind of likely reach somewhere in the range of $4.20